Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's talk a bit about in terms of the two most reliable bearish chart pattern based on trading for over 10,000 hours, both stocks and Forex. These are the most reliable bearish chart pattern that I have observed and something that I think is going to be great beneficial for you guys. If you do like the video, please like and subscribe. So let's get to it. Pattern number one we're going to talk about is the descending triangle pattern, right? When you talk about descending triangle pattern, what you're really talking about is there's always has to be a trend down, right? And the next thing that you want to see is price moving up, price going down, right? And now you have this descending triangle pattern. Now, where's the triangle, you might say, right? The triangle is right here, right? You see this, sorry about that. You see this descending triangle pattern, right? So it has this on the break, and when it actually starts trending on the break, sorry about that. This is a descending triangle pattern. So a descending triangle is a bearish formation that usually forms during a downtrend as a continuation pattern. These are instances when descending triangles form as reversal patterns at the end of an uptrend, but they are typically continuation patterns. So once again, for a descending triangle to happen, there has to be a prior trend, which is a down. Established trend should exist. There should be a lower horizontal line. So at least two reaction lows are required to form two lower horizontal lines. So when you talk about the two reaction lows, what you're really talking about is the two reaction lows, right? One, two, and this one has three, so two reaction lows forming the bottom. Next is the upper descending trend line, right? So this is the upper descending trend line. So there has to be a horizontal line with at least two reaction lows, one, two, this has three, and then a descending line, right? That is considered as a descending triangle pattern. If you want to observe, this is what really is descending triangle, horizontal base. Once it breaks, then you see a nice flush. Same thing, you see a descending triangle, nice base, you see a flush. The other one that I want to talk about is in terms of the head and shoulders top, right? Head and shoulders top is one of the most complicated patterns, but is one of the most reliable patterns if you're looking to find the reversal, right? Let's look into what it really is. If you're talking about the head and shoulders pattern, what you're looking at is a move up, looking for a move down, right? You're moving for another, so the price moves up, pull back, moves up again, and now we have a pullback again, right? What you really try to see is it tries to bounce again, but this is actually considered as a failure bounce, right? So price move goes up, small pullback. It looks like the price is trending higher, but now it actually goes back pretty close to the previous low, right? And what you're really looking at is this is the left shoulder, this is the right shoulder. Once it breaks, everybody who was trying to buy the bounce over here, trying to buy the bounce over here, once it breaks, everybody is really getting flushed out, right? So you have the head, you have the two shoulders, and this is the neck. So once again, for head and shoulders top, there has to be a prior trend, right? What you also need is the left shoulder that we discussed, right? You also need to have a right shoulder, which we did discuss as well. So left shoulder, a right shoulder, and you need to have a neckline, right? So this is the neckline. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and the neckline. If you have all these parameters, then you know what? Once it breaks the neckline, it is going to be considered as a head and shoulders top pattern, which is going to be considered as a reversal pattern because the prior trend is considered as up. In terms of how it looks like, this is something pretty similar, which is the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. Once it breaks, you see a nice flush down on pretty high volume. One more, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Once it breaks the trend line, it flushes down. So two of the most reliable chart patterns for reversals. Any questions, hit me up. If you do like the video, please like and subscribe, and you have a good one.